We have Bryan Rosenblatt from Boise State University.
As an aspiring scientist who thought they'd be a musician growing up, I believe I have a unique perspective towards my research, and I'd like to share that perspective with you now. To begin, I want you to picture a trombone and how that trombone would sound. Now, enlarge that trombone by 10 times, now 100 times, and now 1,000 times. What would this massive horn sound like? Well, acoustics tells us that an instrument of this size would produce infrasound, or sounds much lower than what humans can hear, somewhere below 20 hertz. This is exactly the case for Earth's largest horns, volcanoes. Just like how every instrument has its own unique sound, every volcano has its own characteristic sound and personality. And if we want to try to estimate when a volcano will become hazardous, we must look at what it has done in the past. For example, if you've listened to enough of Mozart's sonatas, you'll have a pretty good idea of when one is coming to its end as you've gained familiarity with Mozart's musical phrasing. If we take the time to find the acoustic signature or musical phrasing of a specific volcano, we can develop better eruption time estimates for that volcano. This is the broad goal of my research. Yet, since no two volcanoes are exactly the same, this approach is best suited for a volcano that produces consistent and reliable infrasound. This leads me to the volcano we've all been looking at for the last minute and 20 seconds. This is Volcan Villarrica, a volcano in southern Chile that produces continuous infrasound and is the poster child for volcanic infrasound studies. It's your traditional conical-shaped volcano with an open crater on top and a steaming lava lake within. In March of 2015, Villarrica erupted violently for only about 18 minutes, but with lava fountains reaching heights of 1.5 kilometers into the air. Thankfully, over 3,000 people were evacuated and nobody was killed, although there was plenty of damage to the infrastructure as well as the area's booming tourism. The evolution of Villarrica leading up to this eruption was recorded with infrasound sensors used to monitor the volcano. What these sensors showed us was that the frequency of Villarrica's infrasound, or its pitch, was actually rising in the days leading up to this eruption. Essentially, as the lava lake level within the volcano rose, the effective length of the volcano became shorter and shorter. The shorter you make an instrument, the higher the instrument's pitch will be. We visited Villarrica again in 2020, but this time the activity was stable. And to our surprise, we still observed a slight wavering of Villarrica's frequency, even though its lava lake level was constant. Since the frequency changes in 2020 were not as severe as 2015, we can try to constrain the noises that Villarrica might make when it's not in an eruptive phase. This is the more specific goal of my research. In other words, we've successfully identified the general trend to Villarrica's musical phrasing and now need to find clear indicators for when these musical phrases are truly beginning. Thank you.
Thank you. So I heard in your presentation that you visited Chile.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, how many times have you made it to the site?
Only once, and we actually went right before all of this COVID stuff happened, so I lucked out.
Oh, great.
But I was able to travel to Italy the year before, a volcano called Stromboli.
Okay, so have you visited Mount St. Helens, which is, the one right here in our backyard?
Yeah, I actually have not visited it, but it is a goal of mine. I want to climb every volcano if I could.
Oh, and how many would that be? I don't think I know the number.
Depends on if we're talking about the active ones, the inactive ones. I mean, it's probably impossible, but
right, exactly. Well, you're too young to remember when Mount St. Helens blew, but I was there and experienced the blackout and everything in North Idaho, and so it's interesting that you have one so close. So, how do you feel like to finish this research you'll need to return to Chile?
No, actually, we got a really good data set from the summit, and yeah, everything's working out really well. We got everything that we needed in our one field trip out there.
Well, great. Well, thank you for sharing this with us. Quite interesting. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.